Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. This series is just spewing out assorted thoughts about boatloads of entertainment media. Some ideas are serious, others not so much. There will be spoilers for the series currently featured, but generally only vague references to any other connected ones in a shared universe. Now, with all that out of the way, here we go. Truth and consequences. John's head going red during that one interdimensional migraine vision experience may be the result of his bizarro counterpart contemplating cooking a certain diner with toasty tongue twirling before running into Superman. This situation, with the normal one's heat vision making potential having noggin bits getting messed with a fair deal, would simply be because of that whole chill and burn switcheroo thing that exists between these two particular universes. Anyway, the young villain who didn't need power-enhancing substances must have learned how to talk properly in normal world by listening to throat muscle movements said reality's Clark Kent made while chatting on his. John Henry might have added a yellow solar radiation blaster to his tech, but couldn't see well enough in the dark to set things right while attacking Tal-Rho. If the guy didn't just quickly recently make one to assist in defeating opposite people, he would have created it about a year ago to help Clark with first aid kind of things. Lies that bind. There might be loads of XK around the portal because its presence is actually what converts normal green ones into that form. All is lost. Jordan not knowing the term Kessel Run could very well simply be caused by his dad only wanting to watch Star Wars as a complete family and horrible superhero demanding catastrophes always ruining everything near its beginning. Natalie may have been inspired to coat her suit with that shiny but not officially gold kryptonite layer because of how hard a time she had chiseling away at the aforementioned stuff in those mines earlier. Allie absorbing all of Superman's solar reserves might not just be for raw power gaining purposes. Having the juice from both universes' suns present within herself could actually be a necessary component for gaining world merger triggering abilities. Worlds War Bizarre. When it comes to super overhearing, the backwards talk of opposite Earthlings might only register as background noise one trains to ignore while using such supreme sensory stuff. Hence how Jordan didn't see these guys coming. Waiting for Superman. Seen as Miss Alston's special hallucinatory tea has been the only confirmed way on this show to glimpse parallel universes so far. That experiments with licking Toad is probably how Sam glimpsed those other dimensions containing leagues of heroes. Clark is most likely the only being capable of storing that much sunny strength stuff because of how he's been absorbing such junk since infancy. Allie going full parasite might have been the result of starting to crave other universes as snacks after tasting that first inverse one felt oh so good. The fortress forming crystal might have somehow been forced into a factory reset sort of state following those worlds' failed merger. Even glass gemstone thing computers must have those basic shutdown restart failsafes most typical ones possess. Unsorted general season thoughts? There were several instances in this show one could interpret as being nods to other powered heroes existing alongside Superman in a shared world, especially in the first season. So either things changed last minute and this story was forced to inhabit its own reality to avoid awkwardness caused by other series suddenly ending, or isolation was planned from the beginning and those just mentioned references meant something else entirely. Considering that part of said hoopla was something as blatant as showing the antimatter wave from Crisis on Infinite Earths, and also having random wormholes deposit people from that older multiverse into this newer one, a phenomenon that up to this point has only been shown to happen on Earth Prime, and also something about nobody anywhere discovering intentional multiversal travel again yet, there's only one logical explanation for things going the way they have aside from coincidence, or just season 1 taking place over there. Everybody knows about stuff from that typically seen as main universe, the same way people in this season found out about Bizarro whatnot, which is also the only option this series has left over after exiling everyone away on their own little world. All information regarding other realities was obtained by altering the mind via medical substances a doctor would never prescribe. This would include the following deals. Instead of getting memories of Earth-38 blasted into his mind by Martian Manhunter, this Clark obtained mental junk about what Kara's cousin went through by eating a bagel with very powerful mold on it. These ELT devices were made with inspiration one got by glimpsing how Star Labs would have altered Jimmy Olsen's signal watch after a DoD member didn't do so well while picking mushrooms in a forest. That person must have tried curing themselves with other fungus afterwards, leading to figuring out how making an upgraded suit for soups works. Superman putting in OT a year ago might have simply been him handling the distressed scream people were emitting after hallucinations of worlds changing came about, following them getting a hold of some currently unnamed homemade remedies. A fighting game focusing upon a universe all about how an evil Man of Steel would change his world filled with other heroes apparently got made by Warner Brothers, following them huffing several dry erase markers and getting visions about communicating with heroic museum creating organizations. Sarah took her mom's pills that time because consuming some other ones she shouldn't have even earlier made her imagine remembering history changing completely at least once. The then stranger couldn't find any kryptonite on this Earth because people who would have been flying mammal-themed vigilantes and or DEO employees injected themselves with swirl pheromones or whatever. Clark deciphered how much damage this previously officially nameless opponent could withstand after he ate a really old sandwich and thought there was an armored bat person attacking criminals and or him sometimes in the world. Fantasizing about how strong this person's hypothetical bodily protection is led to him figuring out how he could pummel plate people without obliterating them. A DoD-funded, power-possessing individual educational center may have been founded after some failed medical trials gave Army people visions about Justice Society of America folks having kids who inherited a variety of abilities genetically. Lois feels like her kids were just born because she had a psychedelic reaction to some improperly tested pill she took for a recent cold or something. Metacuffs may have been invented in this universe after somebody purchased a mysterious oddly colored sauce online and experienced a peculiar bodily reaction upon consuming it. The younger Miss Lane puts an emphasis on her future husband's super name seemingly less impressive second half because someone mistakenly got sent a very special cake from an unknown bakery and imagined fantastically gifted people fighting in World War II or what have you. This high school attending lady who moved from Central City a couple years prior to season 1 must be the daughter of some meta guy who smoked too much malarkey and subsequently saw a mysterious murderer killing some super strong individuals left and right. Mama Lane Kent could have been inspired to go into Jordan's mind because this one time she tried that cat pee thing South Park did an episode about and realized a different super someone in another universe traveled into their own child's brain at least once. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.